Did you know 60% of young athletes lose their wealth within 5 years of receiving it? If you're just earned NIL money, how you invest it now could determine whether you're set for life. In this video, I'm going to reveal the 3 biggest mistakes athletes make with NIL cash and how to avoid them. I'm also going to discuss a simple 3-step plan to grow your money safely. And finally, I'll discuss and cover how to turn $10,000 today into $1 million by the time you want to retire without risky bets. So let's start with the first question. What mistakes could wipe out my NIL money? Number 1, overspending on short-term luxuries like cars and jewelry instead of long-term assets. I know it's very tempting when you receive this large sum of money to do that. The other thing, number 2, would be a no emergency fund. 78% of athletes face unexpected expenses, injuries, lawsuits, etc. And number 3, just no financial plan. Investing without goals equals gambling. An example would be a rookie who wasted $500,000 on a car collection. It's now worth 30% less. And I'm probably being generous with that, by the way. So the other big question that I want to help you answer is, how do I start investing wisely? Step 1, you want to budget ruthlessly. Allocate 50% to your needs, 30% to your wants, and 20% to your investments. And this probably doesn't even apply to you while you're in college. You have free room, board, and you really shouldn't have to spend 50% of your needs on that. You really should be able to put this money away and kind of save it and not have to spend too much of it on, unless you're going to buy some pleasure items and of course, maybe some dating. Don't want to forget that part. Number 2, you want to build a 6-month emergency fund, high yield savings account. Again, you're probably, I don't know if you have to do a full 6 months, but we can do that. Certainly you could do that. And then step 3, you want to just invest in low cost index funds. Those, for example, those that track the S&P 500, and you want to max out a Roth IRA. And here's a pro tip for you. Shedeur Sanders grew his $6 million NIL portfolio just using diversified ETFs. And then the last question here I want to discuss with you is, how do I make my money last? Number 1, you want to use dollar cost averaging. You want to reinvest those dividends automatically, regardless of market swings. Number 2, you want to hire a fiduciary advisor. This is not a sports specialist who's going to charge like 2% fees. And then number 3, you need to avoid get-rich-quick schemes. And private startups sink 80% of athletes. And a lot of these private startup ideas come from friends and family. And here's the biblical principle that I would use to kind of match up with this last one. Dishonest money dwindles, but whoever gathers little by little makes it grow. Do you want a personalized strategy? Click below to claim your free Sudden Wealth Strategy session with me. In 30 minutes, we'll map out your investments, tax strategies, and legacy goals so your NIL money works just as hard as you do.